Chaitanya Bhagavat Adikanda 16.279.
Srimad Bhagavat 10:34-17 Sudarshan Bhakkam.
Once the coward man, this is a translation. Once the coward man headed by Sri Nanda came to Ambika Kavana on the bank Ambika Van on the bank of the river Saraswati. After worshipping the demigods and brahmanas with a vow, they took rest there. At that time, a fierce-looking great snake began to swallow Nanda. Hearing Nanda's cry of distress, Lord Krishna, who maintains his surrendered souls and who is affectionate to his father, touched that great snake with his left foot. The serpent was immediately freed from his reptilian body and appeared in the effulgent form of a Vidagdha, and by the order of the Lord, he began to relate the history of his sinful activities in his previous life. While offering prayers, he described the glories of receiving the touch of the Lord's lotus feet, which are rarely attained by the demigods, in the above verses from Srimad Bhagavatam 10.34.17. Anyone who chants your name purifies all who hears his chanting, as well as himself. How much more beneficial then is the touch of your lotus feet? Purport. Moreover, O Lord, I've been directly touched by your lotus feet. Now I will return to my own planet and purify everyone by my touch, as I have been purified by the touch of your lotus feet. By the statement, by once chanting the holy names of the Lord, a person purifies himself and others. The argument that chanting the holy names requires prior faith, in other words, the consideration that until knowledge of one's relationship with the Lord based on faith is awakened, there is no need to chant the holy names, is refuted. One can and should chant the name of the Lord while avoiding the 10 offenses, even during the 4 faithless situations of Shanketa, indirectly, Harihasa, jokingly, Stoba, as musical entertainment, or Hela, neglectfully. By the using of the verb grimnan, or while chanting in its present tense, the argument that the names are dependent on completeness, in other words, the necessity of considering that until one is able to fully chant the names of the Lord, it is improper and useless to partially chant the names, is refuted. This means that one can and should chant the names of the Lord, even unclearly, improperly, and incompletely, or partially. By using the word akilan, or to the audience, the argument that chanting is dependent on qualification, in other words, the necessity of achieving mundane, temporary, external qualifications like taking bath, performing austerity, worshiping the deity, maintaining purity, studying the Vedas, accepting sannyas, practicing yoga, performing sacrifice, and accumulating piety is refuted. In other words, any person in any condition can and should chant the holy names of the Lord. By using the word sadhya, or immediately, the argument that chanting is dependent on time, in other words, the consideration that one is purified by chanting only at particular times, not at any time, is refuted. In other words, if a person purely chants the holy names at any time, he can be fully purified. The use of the word shrotrim, or to the audience, indicates that one should hear the holy names of the Lord. The word eva, which in this verse bears the meaning of eva, or api, indicates that the chanter of the holy names can purify the audience like himself. So by this example, the glories of the holy name are further enhanced, because the practice of both hearing and chanting yield the same result. By using the word cha in this verse, it is indicated that I will certainly and thoroughly purify persons who engage with me in hearing and chanting. Because I have been touched by your lotus feet, there's no doubt about this. Sri Sanatan Prabhu's and Sri Jiva Prabhu's Vaishnava Toshani.
In one Harinam video,
In one Harinam video,
someone was walking by the Harinam party,
someone was walking by the Harinam party,
and they put their hands over their ears.
and they put their hands over their ears.
Prabhupada said, chant louder.
Then Prabhupada said, chant louder. Caitanya Bhagavat, Adi Khanda, 16.280.
শুদ্ধ ভক্ত সাধু বৈষ্ণব মুখে নাম শ্রবণ মাত্রই মুখ জীবগণের উদ্ধার লাভ। পশু পক্ষী কীটাদি বলতে না পারে, শুনিলেই হরি নাম তারা সব করে।
Although animals, birds, and insects cannot chant, when they hear the holy names, they will all be delivered.
So even the entities that can't chant are also delivered.
So even the living entities that can't chant are also delivered.
And that shows that Prabhupada went around the world in different countries, different cultures.
So this shows that Prabhupada went around the world in different countries and different cultures.
He chanted for men, women, and everyone was liberated.
He chanted before man, before woman, and everyone was delivered.
So this chanting is very powerful if you hear it, or if you chant it, or both.
So chanting is very powerful. If you hear it, or if you chant it, both.
Or you do both.
Even if you do both.
This is Caitanya Bhagavat version. You have to translate it. Guru Maharaj will translate the version.
Caitanya Bhagavat, Adi Khanda, 16.281.
কৃষ্ণ নাম মন্ত্র জপ ফলে কেবলমাত্র নিজ স্বার্থ সিদ্ধি অর্থাৎ স্বীয় সংসার মোচন, কিন্তু উচ্চ হরিনাম কীর্তন ফলে স্ব ও পর সকলেরই নিঃশ্রেয়স বা কৃষ্ণ চরণ প্রাপ্তি। জপিলে শ্রীকৃষ্ণ নাম আপনে সে তরে, উচ্চ সংকীর্তনে পর উপকার করে।
Others also achieve the lotus feet of Krishna
Others also achieve the lotus feet of Krishna
by hearing
by hearing.
loud chanting.
Loud chanting. one silently chants the names of Krishna, then he is delivered. But if one loudly chants, then he delivers others also. Purport.
What Guru Maharaj said for the second statement, you are repeating.
So I-
Oh, sorry.
What Guru Maharaj said, that you.
Hmm.
First statement is okay.
Next. Purport was one who softly chants the transcendental names benefits only himself, whereas one who loudly and congregationally chants the transcendental names can benefit the audience along with himself. Only a spiritual master who is engaged in Krishna Kirtan is compassionate to all living entities and able to perform the highest welfare activities for all.
So this gives the reason why we do loud Sankirtan.
So this gives the reason why we should do loud Sankirtan.
We will not only benefit ourselves, but we will benefit others.
We will not only benefit ourselves, but we will benefit others.
Whether they know it or not, whether they're prepared or not,
Whether they know it or not, whether they're prepared or not,
how they get the benefit.
they can get the benefit.
They get to be delivered the lotus feet of Lord Krishna,
And they can be delivered by the lotus feet of Lord Krishna,
to the lotus feet.
to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.282.
সুতরাং উচ্চ হরিকীর্তনের সর্বত্র সর্বদা প্রাধান্য অতএব উচ্চ করি কীর্তন করিলে শত গুণ ফল হয় সর্বশাস্ত্রে বলে
Therefore, the scriptures say
Therefore, the scriptures say
that if one does loud kirtan,
that if one does loud kirtan,
they get 100 times more fruits.
they can get 100 times more fruits.
But all the scriptures say this.
All the scriptures say this.
So, if you remember that the caste Brahmana, he was asking Haridas Thakur, why do you chant loudly?
If you can remember the caste Brahmana, he was asking Haridas Thakur, why you chant loudly?
So he was giving these replies
And so he was giving these replies
that chanting loudly benefits others.
that chanting loudly benefits others.
That benefits, it's 100 times more useful for the devotee who chants.
In fact, it benefits, it's 100 times more useful for the devotee that chants. Chaitanya Bhagavat Adi Khanda 16.283.
নাম জপকারী কেবলমাত্র নিজেরই কিন্তু নাম কীর্তনকারী নিজের ও শ্রোতার উভয়ের নিত্য অখণ্ড উপকার সাধক তথাহি শ্রী নারদীয় কল্যাণ বাক্য
One who loudly chants the holy names of the Lord
One who loudly chants the holy names of the Lord
receives 100 times credit compared to one who silently chants.
receives 100 times the credit compared to one who chants silently?
Because those who chant silently only purify themselves,
Because if one chants silently, it only purifies themselves.
while those who chant loudly purify themselves as well as those who hear them.
And those who chant loudly purify themselves as well as those who hear them. Purport. This verse was spoken by Prahlad Maharaj in the Naradiya Purana. Chaitanya Bhagavat, Adikanda 16.284.
নাম জপকারী অপেক্ষা নাম কীর্তনকারী শ্রেষ্ঠত্ব জপকর্তা হইতে উচ্চ সংকীর্তনকারী শত গুণ অধিক সে পুরাণেতে ধরি
The Purana is saying that a person who chants the Lord's holy name loudly
The Puranas say that a person who chants the Lord's holy name loudly
receives piety 100 times more than the person who chants to himself.
receives piety 100 times more than the person who chants for himself. Purport. Persons who loudly and congregationally chant the holy names of Hari obtain 100 times better result than those who chant the holy names softly. If a person secretly hears some ordinary words on the pretext of hearing Harinama from a foolish so-called guru, and being tempted by material enjoyment, engages in motivated worship, then he will never achieve eternal auspiciousness. Whereas, if one loudly chants the pure holy names heard from the mouth of a liberated Mahabhagavata, spiritual master, then other Vaishnavas who hear that chanting will discuss the glories of Harinam amongst each other. As a result, the loud chanters are more benefited than the soft chanters. Those who cannot realize the difference between Nama Aparad, Nama Bas, and Suddha Nam often commit the first of the 10 Nama Aparadas, criticizing a sadhu or Vaishnava who has fully taken shelter of the holy names. And they commit the grave offense of disregarding the spiritual master by considering him a mortal being and envying him. They commit offense by considering material objects as worshipable and seeing Lord Vishnu, the controller of all, as equal to the demigods. As a result, they become Vaishnava offenders by being faithless of the unalloyed Vaishnavas. They then become inattentive to the service of Sri Nama Prabhu. And the offenses of considering the glories of chanting the holy names as imaginary and giving some interpretation on the holy names capture them. They then consider the holy names as equal to pious activities and become attached to the committing sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy names. Being greedy for donations, such people accept the garb of a guru and, like common merchants, pretend to give instructions on the holy names to faithless persons. In this way, they bring inauspiciousness to the entire world. Overwhelmed by the thought of I and mine, they gradually become averse to the Vedic literatures and Vedic literatures and literatures in pursuance of the Vedic version. These 10 offenses result in the fall down of chanters, but by the influence of good association, the loud chanters of the holy names understand these offenses and therefore retire from the inconvenience of Nirjana Bhajan.
So some people are say that we should imitate Haridas Thakur
So some people say that we should imitate Haridas Thakur
and just stay in some solitary place
and just stay in some solitary
and
place
chant softly.
and chant softly.
But here we see that Haridas Thakur, he would chant loudly.
But here we see that Haridas Thakur, he would chant loudly.
And in this purport, it shows how one gradually ends up committing all the offenses
In this purport, it shows that how one gradually ends up committing all the offenses
to the Harinam.
to the Harinam.
They commit the offense to the Vaishnavas,
They commit the offense to the Vaishnavas.
they commit the offense to the Guru,
They commit the offense to the Guru.
they sin on the strength of chanting,
They sin on the strength of chanting.
like they offend the Shastras.
They offend the Shastras.
It shows here how they they actually offend, they commit all the 10 offenses.
It shows here how eventually they commit all the offenses
And then they fall down.
and then they fall down.
So if they, the Prabhupada was once at a Gita Yagya,
So if we hear Prabhupada was once at a Gita Yagya,
it was, the famous follower of Gandhiji,
is a famous follower of Gandhiji,
another Bhave,
No, the Baba.
Vinoda Bhave.
and he was a Zulimana because he wanted the cows to be protected.
He was observing Mona because he wanted the cows to be protected.
So he would write down what he wanted to say. He wouldn't speak.
So he would write down what he wanted to say. He wouldn't speak.
He invited a Mayavadi sannyasi to the Gita Yaga,
So he invited a Mayavadi sannyasi to the Gita Yagya
and Srila Prabhupada.
and Srila Prabhupada.
So Prabhupada spoke first,
So Srila Prabhupada spoke first,
and his devotees are chanting loudly Harinam.
and his devotees were chanting loudly Harinam.
Everybody was clapping,
Everybody was clapping,
hitting their legs,
even the ladies,
hitting their legs,
hitting their legs.
and Madhava, since he was not speaking, he was doing Mona Vrata.
Since Vinoda Bhave, since he was not speaking, he was observing Mona Vrata.
He had his followers chant verses, one chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
He had his followers chant verses, one chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
And the Mayavadi sannyasi, he wanted to do something for kirtan.
And then the Mayavadi sannyasi, he wanted to do something through kirtan.
He was speculated a mantra.
But he speculated a mantra.
He didn't chant any bona fide mantra.
He didn't chant any bona fide mantra.
Satchidananda.
Satchidananda Krishna.
No. Everyone was like, what is this?
Everybody was like, oh, what's this?
Prabhupada told the devotees, chant Hare Krishna.
Then Srila Prabhupada told the devotees, chant Hare Krishna.
They are chanting and singing, and every side relief of hearing the kirtan.
They were chanting and dancing, and everyone was happy to hear the kirtan.
Prabhupada said, later that because you're pure devotees, your chanting had such effect.
Then Srila Prabhupada said, because you are pure devotees, your chanting had such effect.
Hold on, we're not pure devotees. That,
Then we said to Prabhupada, we're not pure devotees.
the mango, there's ripe mangoes and green mangoes,
The mango, there's ripe mango and green mango,
but they're all mango.
but they're all mango.
So you may be a green mango, but you're a mango.
You may be a green mango, but you're a mango. Chaitanya Bhagavat Adikanda 16.285.
তৎকারণ বর্ণন নাম জপকারীর স্বীয় উদ্ধার সাধনী উদ্দেশ্য শুন বিপ্র মন্দিয়া ইহারও কারণ জপি আপনারে সবে করয়ে পোষণ
O Brahmana, listen carefully to the reason behind this. One who softly chants the holy names liberates only himself. Chaitanya Bhagavat Adikanda 16.286.
শুদ্ধ ভক্ত সাধু বৈষ্ণব মুখে উচ্চ নাম কীর্তন শ্রবণ ফলে প্রত্যেক শ্রোত্রী জীবেরই উদ্ধার লাভ উচ্চ করিলে গোবিন্দ সংকীর্তন যন্ত মাত্র শুনিয়া পাই বিমোচন
One who loudly chants the names of Govinda, however, liberates himself along with all living entities who hear him. Chaitanya Bhagavat Adikanda 16.287.
মানব ও মানবেতর জীবের তারতম্য কারণ নির্দেশ একমাত্র মানব জন্মেই কৃষ্ণ কীর্তনের সামর্থ্য তদিতর জন্মে কৃষ্ণ নাম কীর্তনে অসামর্থ্য জিহ্বা পাইয়াও নরবিনা সর্বপ্রাণী না পারে বলিতে কৃষ্ণ নাম হেন ধ্বনি
Lord Krishna.
Although all living entities have a tongue, only the human beings are able to chant the names of Lord Krishna. Purport. Apart from human beings, all other living entities also have tongues. Yet, even though they are able to make various sounds, no living entity other than a human being is able to chant the names of Krishna. Some people may say the birds can also imitate making sounds like the name of Lord Krishna, and as a result, they can also attain a higher destination such as liberation. In reply to this, it may be said that imitating and following are two completely separate activities. Although the imitators may make various sounds perceivable to senses in the material sky as the name of Krishna, they are not uttering with service-inclined tongues the pure holy name of Lord Krishna situated in the spiritual sky and perceivable to purified senses. The materially motivated sounds resembling the holy names that are uttered for the purpose of material enjoyment that is unrelated to Krishna, Lord Krishna, are not Vaikuntha Nama or spiritual names. Since such sounds are able to award insignificant results, they are simply known as Nama Aparad or offenses to the holy names. And as such, they cannot awaken one's love for Lord Krishna, which is the fruit of chanting the pure names.
in his lectures, Prabhupada repeatedly mentions
In his lectures, Srila Prabhupada repeatedly mentions
how the human beings are very special.
how human beings are very special.
Here you see another reason that the human beings can chant the holy name.
Here we see another reason that the human beings can chant the holy names.
There are some parrots who are trained by human beings to chant the name.
There are some
Lord.
parrots that are trained by human beings to chant the names of the Lord.
In the Padma Purana, it says there was a lady who had a parrot that chanted the name Rama Rama.
In the Padma Purana, it is said that there was a lady who had a parrot who chanted the name Rama Rama,
And she chanted Rama Rama back.
and she chanted Rama Rama back.
And the parrot would chant Rama Rama.
And then the parrot would chant Rama Rama.
And she would chant Rama Rama.
Then she would chant Rama Rama.
So actually, she became very attached to Lord Rama.
So then actually she became very attached to Lord Rama.
So both of them died in a storm,
So then both of them died in a storm,
and they both went back to Godhead.
and they both went back to Godhead.
Whether the parrot went back for chanting or for hearing,
Whether the parrot went back for chanting or by hearing,
from this purport, it seems he went back by hearing.
from this purport, it seems he went back by hearing. Chaitanya Bhagavat Adikanda 16.288.
মানবেতর প্রাণী মাত্রই উচ্চ কীর্তন শ্রবণে উদ্ধার লাভ হেতু উচ্চ কীর্তনে গুণমহিমা ও একান্ত প্রয়োজনীয়তা। ব্যর্থ জন্ম ইহারা নিস্তরে যা হইতে বল দেখি কোন দোষে কর্ম করিতে।
Tell me, what is wrong with that activity by which living entities who have taken useless births will be delivered? Purport. Although all living entities are not able to chant the spiritual names, they can certainly hear the spiritual names chanted by devotees of the Lord. The lives of those who are not qualified to hear the spiritual names are certainly most useless. Since by hearing the chanting of the spiritual names, all living entities can be eligible for liberation in this lifetime. Such loud chanting of Hari's names can never be subject of argument, fault, or criticism.
So, a dog, bird, insect, they're not able to chant Hare Krishna.
So the dog, the bird, the insect, they are not able to chant Hare Krishna
In a spiritually potent way.
in a spiritually potent way.
If you are loud chanting, these animals, which otherwise have no hope, be liberated.
If you, by loud chanting, these animals, otherwise who have no hope, can be liberated,
Then why complain?
then why complain?
What is the reason to complain?
Then what is the reason to complain?
So this Kaz Brahman was complaining, but actually his complaints were baseless.
So this caste Brahmana, he was complaining, but actually his complaints were baseless. Chaitanya Bhagavat Adikanda 16.289.
সাধারণ লোকবদ্ধ দৃষ্টান্ত দ্বারা নাম জপ ও নাম কীর্তন উভয় সাধনের তারতম্য প্রদর্শন। কেহ আপনারে মাত্র করে পোষণ, কেহ বা পোষণ করে সহস্রে একজন।
one may deliver himself, while another may deliver 1,000 persons.
One may deliver himself, or another may deliver thousands of persons.
So the person who chants softly, he may get delivered,
So a person who chants softly, he may get delivered,
but the person who chants loudly, he delivers 1,000 living entities.
but a person who chants loudly, he delivers 1,000 living entities. Caitanya Bhagavat, Adi Khanda, 16.290.
নাম জপ ও নাম কীর্তনের ফলে তারতম্য চারে অনুরোধ দুইতে কেবল ভাবি বুঝো আপনে এই অভিপ্রায় গুণ উচ্চ সংকীর্তনে
Of the two, consider carefully who is better. This is the superior characteristic of loud chanting. Purport. A selfish person maintains himself, whereas another person may maintain 1,000 persons apart from himself. Of the two, whom should we accept as greater? If we carefully consider, we will understand that loud chanters are not selfish. Rather, they are selfless benefactors of others. Therefore, loud chanters are superior to those who only chant softly. And loud chanting is hundreds and thousands of times superior to chanting only softly.
Many people think that mentally chanting is better,
Many people think that mentally chanting is better
because mental chanting, I think, is more subtle.
because mental chanting they think is more subtle.
But here we see that someone chants loudly, they're helping many other entities.
But here we see that if someone chants loudly, they're helping many other living entities.
Haida Thakur would chant 1/3 names, 100,000 names loud,
Haridas Thakur would chant 1/3 names, 100,000 names loud,
100,000 names soft,
100,000 names soft,
100,000 names mentally.
and 100,000 names mentally.
We only chant 16 rounds.
And but we only chant 16 rounds
I mean, minimum.
minimum.
And so as many as we can chant loud, better.
So as many as we can chant loud, it's better. Thus ends the chapter entitled as Loud Chanting is 100 times more beneficial. Under the section, The Glories of Srila Haridas Thakur. So Guru Maharaj will take a break.
Yeah. Guru Maharaj will be right back in a few minutes. Meanwhile, I'll do the announcement. There is a physical book table right behind you for those who are present physically here. It's only meant for you. So that is Guru Maharaj's personal physical book table. So you can go there. If you buy any books from there, or if you buy and distribute it, it will go in the name of Guru Maharaj. You can also sponsor that. Whatever you sponsor for that particular amount, Guru Maharaj will distribute the books. Also, there is a Milwaukee to Mayapur Guru Maharaj's personal life, biography book. If you buy that, if you want, Guru Maharaj will do the autograph signature on that. So before Guru Maharaj comes back, you can visit your physical book table and come back for the blessings. So Guru Maharaj welcomes one and all to the wonderful daily pastimes of Transcendental Lord Caitanya book compilation. Many devotees are still not aware of the daily classes available on Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom with personal darshan and blessings. Kindly, the participant devotees, as you are a natural well-wisher, propagate this transcendental message to all known devotees and invite them to join. It is like a conveyance service that you do by bringing them from their home to Guru Maharaj's class in Sridham Mayapur. So it's a confidential service. Welcome to Guru Maharaj virtual book table from Sridhar Mayapur. Today's quote is Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada wrote to Sri Govinda on December 6, 1974. The end justifies the means. We have to give them even if they do not want it. That's our duty. Actually, what is our aim? Our aim is to create men of ideal character. And if our men are distributing books on this account, they are doing the best service to the society. Jai Srila Prabhupada. The following fortunate devotees participated in the pastime of Guru Maharaj in distributing books today. Tushar Devnath from Tirupura, 20 small books. Sruta Priya Radhika Devidasi from Damodar Desh Yatra, 11 book Bhagavad Gita. Kasa Desh 4 Bhagavad Gita. Toshan Krishnadas 1 Bhagavad Gita. Nitya Sevaits Prahlad Krishnadas every 1 Bhagavad Gita. Charani Devidasi and her daughter 1 Bhagavad Gita. Balachandra Channa Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi and Balavrinda 2 small books. So Guru Maharaj is distributing 18 Maha big books, 22 small books, a total of 40 Srila Prabhupada Transcendental books. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental book distribution ki jai. These devotees get a special Narasimha Puja in a few hours from now in Sridhar Mayapur. All of you devotees also please bless them by calling out Nitai Gauranga. Please pass on this wonderful opportunity of participating in the pastime of Guru Maharaj in distributing Srila Prabhupada books, even if it's a single Bhagavad Gita or a few small books. Please do WhatsApp to Guru Maharaj's virtual table at +91 94 34 76 04 02. Stay tuned for tomorrow's Lord Chaitanya class. Let's pray together for all those who are celebrating their anniversaries today for their well-being and blissful Krishna consciousness. Please chant along with me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Guru Maharaj is inaugurating these few books written by Nanda Priya, Guru Maharaj's dear disciple. These books are meant for the students between 6 months to 7 years. So it shows ISKCON's first children book, Krishna's favorites. And these books are available in CDM. So Guru Maharaj will come and inaugurate this. 9 ways to love Krishna, Krishna's colors, Krishna's numbers, Krishna's arati, and Krishna's favorite. So very beautiful pictures and narrations, especially for the kids between 6 months to 7 years. It's available as a full kit, 1 box. 5 books pack available with CDM. Where is Nandapriya? These books are specially for kids between 6 months to 7 years.
Not everybody is qualified
Not everybody is qualified.
because you have to be older to buy the book.
In case you have to be older to buy them.
So you learn art, the numbers, colors, a way to love Lord Krishna.
So you learn Krishna's aratis, Krishna's number, colors, 9 ways to love Krishna and Krishna's favorites. Jai, what's your experience?
So actually, right now. Hi Krishna. So right now in ISKCON, we don't have so many books for very young children like toddlers and babies. We have a lot of books that are for children who can read and do different activities. But for the children, we need some kind of simple books, picture books. So these are all hand-drawn illustrations, and the writing is very short words, simple sentences, simple philosophical concepts. So with your blessings, Guru Maharaj, many families can benefit from this.
So we want all children to become Paramahamsas.
So we want all children to become Paramahamsas. Okay, Raja Gauranga.
She got inspired by seeing him to make this book for ISKCON. And this is the first ISKCON board book for children.
Hari Bol.
So
Also Guru Maharaj. What's that? Where they can get the
it's available in CDM office.
They don't know where it is.
Where this?
It's in our Chakra building.
It is in the Chakra building. Which room number?
Only get
127. Chakra building 127 CDM office, where these books are available.
Okay. Okay. Also, it will be there available in the Guru Maharaj's virtual physical book table.
The physical book table also it's available, and
It will be
it will be available, and in future it will be available online also. So there's a good step towards making all the children to Paramhamsa stage. So the Guru Maharaj, there are 4 devotees from Coimbatore came. Visheshwari, she has brought Visheshwari and the 4 devotees. Please come forward.
There's one devotee, Kamalesh from the UK. Is he here? Kamalesh Prabhu? It's not here. Okay.
Munal Vanga. So Guru Maharaj, she's Visheshwari. She's a very good Tamil preacher in Coimbatore, and she's a mother-in-law of Deepshika.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And she brought another 4 Matajis from Coimbatore for Bhishma Pajaga. They'll be staying throughout Bhishma Pajaga here. Thank you. Thank you. Guru Maharaj's blessing. Unga எல்லாத்துக்கும் Guru Maharaj ஆசீர்வாதம் கொடுக்கிறார். கிருஷ்ணர் மத்திரஸ்.
Krishna Matarastu.
கிருஷ்ணர் மத்திரஸ்.
Okay, Hare Krishna. So anyone here visiting Mayapur for the first time? Oh, yeah, you got darshan yesterday. First day in Mayapur? No, just blessings.
Would you like to speak to Sarvashakti Mataji now? Would you like?
Okay. Hare Krishna.
She's coming first time
From
to
Malaysia. She's from Malaysia, Guru Maharaj. Selamat datang.
Sana.
Selamat datang. Yeah. Terima kasih. Hare Krishna. Where are you from? Surat. Where is Diamond? Diamond. Yeah. First time. We need diamonds from Surat. Just joking. Okay. Thank you. Welcome to Mayapur. Huh? Seva, you come and hear. Yeah.
Yeah, hearing is the best.
Hearing is the best seva. Come and hear. Hare Krishna. Mancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubheva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Nitai Gaur Sitanath Premanandi tomorrow. Hari Hari Bol. Huh? Stay tuned for tomorrow.